So from the last video, we completed all 5 of our tables, and this final table will help us to get the final answer, right? As part of the final answer, but we still have more to do. So what we want to do next is we want to write out each vertex. Right? Now we want to draw what nodes we have to go through to reach a particular vertex, right? Well, the shortest amount. So for V1, to reach V1, we have to go from V0 to V1, right? So this one easy, V1 easy. It's just V0, V1, right? V2 now, so you take V2 and you look at the parent. The parent for V2 is V1, and then we go here to V1 and we say the parent for V1 is V0. So to reach V2, we have to go from V0 to V1 and from V1 to V2, right? So we have to draw it out like that. From V0 to V1, from V1 to V2, right? And V3, we're going to do the same thing. V3, we have to go to V1, we have to go from V1, and from V1 we have to come from V0. So in order to reach V3, we have to go from V0 to V1 to V3. So we're going to draw it out like that again. V0 to V1 to V3. For V4, it's a little different. For V4, we have to go from V2, and from V2 we have to go from V1, and from V1 from V0, right? So look at it again. V0, V4, we could draw it here actually, right? V2, then we go to V2 up here and we see V1, so we draw V1, and we go to V1 up here and we see V0, right? And we do the same thing for V5, right? So we could put V5 on paper, then we go to the parent of V5 and put it, V3, then we go wherever our V3 is in the table, V3 here, V1 is the parent, so then we go which part V1 is in the table here, V0 is the parent, right? And that is the final answer.